Welcome back to the F-Zero Let's Play, and today we are going to be taking on the Joker Cup. This time, we're going to be playing as one of the female racers. Starting off with the F-Zero X version of Rainbow Road. We're playing as Mrs. Arrow's Queen Meteor. We're going to start off with Rainbow Road, which is pretty much the same configuration as the the Mario Kart 64 game version. Mario Kart in this version of F-Zero X, the sector music plays in this track, but when you have the disc expansion, which was never released in Japan, like I said in part 2, they will play the Rainbow Road theme, which was rearranged and redone. Oh, did I knock someone off? Must have been. Yeah, I think I did, because I got a star there. I think I pushed someone off from the sides of the track. That technically not doing it without using the nudge attack would also technically count as a knock, as a kill. So that's pretty good. That's technically a good thing to nudge someone off the track, the sides of this track in F-Zero X. Anyway, let's go through this one. Don't push me off, please. Let's give it a rip, shall we? And Jodie Summer's going to be my threat of this whole entire championship. Oh, Jodie Summer's out. We fell off the side of the track because of inappropriately using the boost, but failing to realise that she's doing it in a piece of track where she'll most notably fall off. Yeah, I can be incredibly dumb at times in this game. Take it easy through that part. I had to take it easy through that part because I don't want to crash, nor do I want to run out of energy too much. But I still want to get away from Blood Falcon, who is right up my tail end. He's going to be at my back now. Right, let's do this. Come on. Right, let's get them up the lead. And we're now in front. Oh yes, we finished.
All right, first place.
Okay, so Mrs. Arrow has finished the first race, and Jodie Summer hasn't scored any points, I believe. Let's have a look. Yes, so hasn't any of the others. My rival now is Blood Falcon, and now we're going through Devil's Forest 3, which is a circuit which goes normal up, normal. In the normal, you go upside down as well. The circuit is actually one of the most interesting ones of the game, because not only do you have to go right up, you go upside down as well, which is pretty incredible. You have to do the whole entire part of the circuit upside down as well. Look at that! All the track, with the exception of the gravity alterator, with the exception of the gravity parts, you pretty much are going upside down, but then you go through the same circuit upright whenever you get past that part. This track is one of the more interesting ones of the game. Kind of hard to imagine that the upper half, that the upside down part of the circuit is also the top part, is also the roof as well. Kind of like a roof section, I believe. but this part is pretty much the more different version. But so you can actually, you're gonna go into the upright part of the circuit.
Yeah!
This is one of the shortest in the game as well. This is pretty much the shortest of this league actually. So, and Jody Summer's really got to be up my tail end. So Jody, don't go through my machine, please. Don't try and wreck my machine. Mrs. Arrow's husband, Super Arrow's not going to appreciate that. There, we've won again. And Jack Levin is done sick. Jody Summer has gone up 20 places, up to 5th. Hopefully going into contention. Okay, so the stats of the Queen Meteor and Super Mrs. Arrow's car is pretty much the same. It's pretty much similar to that of James McCloud's little Wyvern. But the fact is that some stats can be the same in certain aspects. Of course, Super Arrow's King Meteor, I think it is called, also has the same stats as both Mrs. Arrow and James McCloud. Some can vary, but sometimes some of them can have a rare instance that they have some of the same stats, with weak body armor but good grip and good boosting. Maybe the grip level is better with the sacrifice of actual proper body armor in the car. With body durability is being sacrificed in favour of better boosting and a better grip. Maybe that might have been their style fitted. But for the harder mode, for the harder difficulty, it's not recommended that you play as those characters, in case you actually lose all your lives and have to start the whole league over again. But if it's on your comfortable setup, then I wouldn't go against it. But I won't go against your preferred setup, to be fairly honest. So the space. And one notable thing is that the space center, which this track has the same music track as Red Canyon. Quite phenomenal. And how did I get onto that circuit and go back up right? That doesn't make much sense. This track is a bit threatening as well, considering that I am way behind compared to that of Blood Falcon and Gusta. Get behind me. Get behind me, Blood Falcon. I'm not going to bother destroying anybody in this track in case I run out of energy too much and have to restart this over again. Okay, so let's go. Let's do it, come on. We're out in front! Yes! Hat-trick of firsts. Hat-trick of first places. Good. That's what I want to see. Summer's still 5th, but at least the competition is getting wider now. The competition is opening up for 2nd place and 3rd place. Okay, so we're at the final Sand Ocean track now. Now this is pretty much one of the harder circuits of the game, because some of the humps can be a bit too. Some of the humps can absolutely can contribute to a loss of grip. And at the beginning of them, some people will try and nudge their way through. So if you actually try and nudge your way in, you'll be likely to lose a lot of energy and lose places as a result. And everybody's squabbling there. Just look at that. Some of them are even on the brink of death, and pretty much they're all squabbling with each other. pretty much fighting with each other, trying to get in position. Pretty much like arguing, or except in the episode, pretty much like racing, the squabbling the racing version. This is going to be a bit of a... Something tells me I'm going to be finding this quite hard. I'm gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard trying to get in front of Guster and Blood Falcon. Still liking the music though. Metallic. It looks a bit like Metallica, but I think Devil's Forest is more Metallica-esque than the South Ocean Firefield music is. Despite the drumming being more like metallic, and like a really fast speed metal drumming. At least we have finished another South Ocean. We're finished with South Ocean for this Let's Play. Next we've got is one of the most threatening circuits of the game, Port Town 2 Snake Road. Now, but one of the most interesting aspects of this track is that it's kind of similar to that of the one in of the original. The layout just feels kind of similar to that of the original F-Zero Port Town 2. Look at the track design. It kind of looks a bit familiar, only except without the magnets and the back markers getting your way. The only people who are getting in your way are the opposition. And if they all go together, that can be a bit of a pain. But the one that remains is of course those blind turns, which can blindside you and pretty much destroy a vehicle if you're not prepared for it. And that's what happened to me in this one. In this attempt in particular. Okay. Come on, let's get through. I'm gonna guys, let me through. Guster, stop getting in front of me. Oh, you! I don't know what happened there. I think I might have been bumped or pretty much collided with the wall or something like that. I don't know what happened there. Let's try this again. Ugh. Christ, this is getting a little bit tiring trying again. Anyway, Port Town 2, attempt 2. Two-section again. I kind of like the drumming in this one. I think this feels a bit like Portnoy-like drumming. And yes, anybody who doesn't know who Mike Portnoy is, he is the former drummer of one of my favourite bands, Dream Theater. So that kind of is a coincidence of the drumming from metal bands like Dream Theater and Metallica, Megadeth, and all that stuff. Because having the bass drum, doing the pedal, just to kick it too many times, repeatedly kick it fast enough. I tried doing that, but fortunately I just couldn't get the gist of drumming. Anyway, with that being said, let's try and stop Guster and Falcon from eliminating my title challenge. Can't wait for Formula 1 to I can't really wait for Formula 1 to start. I would love to see how Sebastian Vettel would fare with a pretty weak car. especially when especially when Red Bull are really struggling, especially the Renault teams, Red Bull in particular. Hopefully Hamilton, Alonso, Raikkonen, Button, and many of the other people who had their chances for titles and they managed to get through with the title, managed to win a title, would hopefully try and get one and stop Sebastian Vettel and Red Bull running away with this championship. Well, pretty much I'm thinking Red Bull's dominance was completely monotonous. They didn't realise, including one of the members who I will not name for certain reasons, doesn't even realise how monotonous this is getting and wooing the TV audiences away. Come on, let's go in. Yes! Like I said, I'm hoping that this year's Formula 1 Championship is much more better than last year's and 2011. Pretty much like make it more unpredictable like what it did in the start of 2012. But then it started getting monotonous at the second half because of Sebastian Vettel's dominance. Okay, with that being said, enough of that of Formula 1. Welcome to the hardest level in the game, Big Hand. Now the reason why I call this the hardest is because it's pretty much has some of the, not only the blindest turns, but also one of the areas which is the bottom part of the circuit, the seventh part of the circuit. You are going through a section without any guardrails and with two slippery ice pads, which can. What the heck? Oh, I nearly fell off there. That was a miracle that I got back on there. I don't know if it's like a collision detection thing. Anyway, like I said, there are two ice pads which will make you slip away if you make your car be out of control and pretty much go into the outer boundaries of the track and pretty much into the abyss below. This is why I consider this to be the hardest the hardest track in the game. And I'm not kidding. When I played this initially with the big hand, I fell off so many times before. That's how hard this circuit really is. Oh boy. Let's hope we actually get through this one. Although I will say that it also uses the white lad music, climb up against the last chance. I still cannot get enough of that track. Oh, Pico fell off. So we've already had 8 eliminations already and 8 casualties, to be fairly honest. They had to. I wonder if they've got ejector seats inside the cars so that they won't die with their shit. Oh, excuse me for a moment. Sorry about that. I had a cough coming up, so I had to force my cough out. So I had to do that. I'm very sorry about that. There's nothing else to say about the circuit except it's one of the most threatening circuits in the video gaming history. Well, at least this game isn't as hard as F-Zero GX. The difficulty in that game is just absolutely high on absolute. Oh, and I'm absolutely low on energy. I have to take it easy through the stage straight and get some more energy. Nearly died there. It's a miracle I actually managed to have a little energy in order to make it through. Anyway, like I said, GX had pretty much more threatening circuits than that, including the big drop, one of the circuits, and of course the Ghost circuit, which is the final circuit in the game, excluding the EX tracks that is unlockable by going through the story mode. And with that being said, we have finished off the Joker Cup and the whole entire game as a whole. But technically speaking, we haven't finished the game. We're going to be looking at the extras next time. Well, a couple of them actually. With that being said, I've actually won every race on this one, with the exception, well, unfortunately one death, but at least I actually done a lot better than the previous 2 rounds, and I've won every race, got all firsts in the cup. and only one elimination I got. But I had to concentrate on getting the car home and getting past the opposition using the booster. Rainbow Road has better music in the disc expansion, like I said, because of the rearranged version of the Rainbow Road theme. Big Hand is definitely the most threatening circuit of the game, and it's probably one of the hardest of the F-Zero tracks. If I ever get to do a list of most frustrating or hardest aspects in a video game, I would definitely include Big Hand in there. If the ghost circuit doesn't even surpass that. So first is Guster, second is Blood Falcon, and first Mrs. Arrow wins the race. Wins the whole entire circuit series. And this is what she says. The key to victory is technique. Especially you and your husband, Mrs. Arrow. I could have found Mrs. Arrow to be a little bit more attractive in Jodie Summer. Mostly due to the fact that she's the wife of a superhero. Okay, without further ado, we are finished with the Joker Cup, so until next time we're going to conclude the F-Zero LP with some of the extras of the game. So until next time, I'll see you guys later.